Hello and welcome to another live stream from the Learn Cardano podcast. I'm Peter Bury for those that don't know, and I'll be going through a whole bunch of Cardano DeFi updates and news around the ecosystem in general in this episode. I'm trying to cover as many projects as possible, so there's a lot here to go through. I think I've got about 20 or so tabs open from various projects that are building on Cardano at the moment. So really excited to take you through all these various updates. Now, if you're joining on the live stream, if it's your first time here, please give me that thumbs up. Those thumbs ups really help with live streams. Otherwise, the algorithm kind of buries it away and you don't really see these live ones around as much as the other produced videos. It's just how the algorithm works at the moment. I've also disabled ads as well, so you should be watching this ad-free and enjoying it as much as possible. So yeah, because of that, give me a thumbs up. All right, so the very first one I have here, this is, of course, it's not working. You got to love these live streams. There's always some sort of technical issue. Just give me 1 second while I get this one up. Here we go. So the very first one here I have is Encoins, and they put out a guide to become a relayer. And we're seeing more projects like this. The later ones that are launching, Spectrum Finance, are also like this, where they've opened up their entire relayer network, their relayer system, so that you guys can become a relayer itself. And there's a lot more talk about this, especially now that DEX Hunter have put out their own private custom relayer nodes as well. So being able to have access to really good relays out there makes the protocol, whatever you're using, that much better and that much faster. So it's really important to have these relays out there, and becoming a part of these decentralized platforms such as Encoins, becoming a relay there, really is embracing the community itself and decentralizing their network. So they've got a guide here to go through and how to become a relayer. I'll be going through this and finalizing my setup to become a relayer. So if you have any of these Encoins, you can actually stake them and add them to the various Encoins Relayers, and they help process the transactions on their protocol. So if you really want to become a part of Encoins or Spectrum Finance, all the documentation is on the website. I will put a link to the Spectrum Finance one as well. And there's also another one, TeddySwap, which have completely opened their batcher system, their relayer network, so anyone can become a relayer. And we'll talk about Genius Yield a little bit later as well, and their new novel approach. Well, not really new. They've been talking about it for ages, but they've done something really cool there. So Encoins, awesome to see. Now this one here, Mynth. Mynth is a cross-chain swap, or I don't know if this is a typo, but cross-chain swoops. And they provide this type of cross-chain swapping between different chains. They've got the IUSD on Cardano for USDT on a network starting with a T, if I can remember it. Let me see if it's down here in their roadmap. I really can't remember what the network is. It's really escaping me at the moment. If anyone knows in the live chat, live feed, please let me know, and I can update the community there. But they provide those cross-chain swaps with, I believe, a watcher system as well. And they put out their brand new roadmap here to take you through the ideas of where they're going to go with all of these various swaps. So you'll be able to swap out from the Cardano to the other chain at the moment. Then they're looking at Babel fees, so paying the transaction fees with any token transaction. Mynth T, not sure what that is, but then also looking through all these other aspects here. So back from ADA to USDT, which is really cool. Mynth DAO and all their governance mechanisms, and then all these other chains further on down the path as well. So really nice to see all these this diverse roadmap to all these different chains, so that you as a Cardano user or external users are interested in Cardano and don't want to use a centralized exchange can do so and swap their tokens back and forth. So good to see what Mynth are doing. I'll be keeping an eye on that one. I haven't dug too deeply into the technicals on how it all works, so I will be looking into Mynth and exactly how it is all pieced together. Interesting to see these type of protocols. Now, they also did put out a big monthly developer update as well for September. You see a lot of projects put these out because it is the 4th of October today. So we will see more of these updates this week. You can go through their blog post and see all the little tweaks and changes that they've done for the month of September. Always good to check out these updates. Now, another chain, another protocol that is doing the entire cross-chain swap things is Blueshift. I do work for the Blueshift team, and I absolutely love what the team have put together, the devs and everything else around it. But they've been working on the wrapped smart contracts on Milkometer, where you can connect your Cardano native wallet to the Milkometer network via the DEX and participate in DeFi that way. So it's a really interesting mechanism that they've put together there. Absolutely love it. Hugs, not rugs. Tether, thank you. Is it Tether? ERC token, yeah. Tether is ERC20, but it's all cross-chain all over the place. So Blueshift do all those cross-chain swaps. If you use the DEX, which is really, really crazy, if you use the DEX now with a Cardano native wallet, you can actually swap your ADA over for Matic on Polygon, all through the chain, all through the protocol. Really, really cool stuff that they've done. And I absolutely love this level of interoperability. And we're going to see more and more of this in the future. And eventually we'll see all these DEXs and DeFi protocols launch, and you not know what chains they're connected to. And that's the level of interoperability I'd really want to see, where you'll just launch a site, you connect any wallet, whether it's an EVM, MetaMask wallet, whatever, or a Cardano native wallet, and you'll be able to swap assets back and forth for whatever you want. So you can participate in DeFi, buy NFTs, buy real estate, whatever it is. We'll get there one day. And I did see a comment in the live stream here about Goki. Patrick, currently with Goki, which is better than staking with a pool? Cool, awesome, good to know, Patrick. Thank you for that comment there. Oh, that's for the ISPO. Very good. Yes, I haven't covered Goki in a little while, and I will do a ISPO update very soon, so we have more of an idea what's happening in that space. Now, for those that saw my previous video on DEX Hunter, I did a review and breakdown of their protocol and how their DEX aggregator work. But my God, these guys, Melon, or I don't know his real name. I saw it on Paul's interview, but they're working at a really, really fast pace. I think it comes down to the experience of working with NFT Jungle and their previous platform. But they've launched their token baskets, where you can buy a group of tokens, up to 10 tokens in one transaction. So you can have ADA, sell that ADA for any token within their platform that their platform can connect to via a DEX. And they don't have the liquidity pools themselves. They just provide the swap interface so that they can connect to all these other protocols out there that do have the liquidity and assets. So brilliant way of putting it together. I did mention in that video that there are a lot of fees. So that's one thing to keep in mind. If you're swapping for 10 different tokens, each one of those tokens will have a batcher fee of some sort. And if it's coming from a DEX where the batcher fees are higher, then it's really going to add up. I think in my test demonstration, the batcher fees alone were 34 ADA. Yeah, it really adds up. So be mindful of that. If you're doing a large swap, like 100,000 ADA for all these tokens, it makes sense because you get the best prices possible and you really optimize your trades. But for a small trader, not so much. So DCA the best way possible, or maybe even you use DEX Hunter to see where you should be doing your swaps, then jump to those exchanges and do the swaps there. But this was another really cool, interesting metric. So the baskets, yeah, great, that's launched, but I think I saw it here. Okay, I'll get to that other thing I'm thinking of in the moment. But they are next releasing stop loss orders via smart contracts, and the team from TX Pipe are doing the audits for that. So we're going to see that really soon. So I think you can do up to 40 stop loss orders or 40 different order book orders on their platform in one go, which is absolutely crazy. And everything's written in Aiken, which is really cool. Everything's being written in Aiken these days. All the projects are doing Aiken. And you can see why. It's faster, more optimized, and really easy for the developer to build things fast. And we're seeing more and more of that at the moment. This tail end of 2023 has been really fast-paced development for a lot of projects. Now, this other thing here, let me just get this other news update. This one here, this is crazy. Only launched 4 days ago, and now DEX Hunter is taking 30% of all swaps on Cardano. That's amazing, amazing growth. And that just comes down to how well designed and thought out the protocol is, and how the platform's UX is. It just makes it so much easier for people to do these swaps and get the most profit possible. So it's really good how it's done. Don't forget that there are other protocols out there that can do this, such as MuesliSwap. MuesliSwap also have a DEX aggregator, and it's been around for a long time. It's just isn't talked about as much, but if you look at MuesliSwap, you'll get a very similar experience. Maybe not as aggregated as this one, but or talked about as much as this one, but MuesliSwap is another option if you want to use that one too. And thank you everyone for joining on the live stream as well. Mark, always good to have you here as well. Thank you for being a subscriber of the channel, not just not a subscriber, a member of the channel, a paid member of the channel. Always awesome to see paid members come in and chat on the live stream. All right, next news update. This one's from Levvy Finance, and they do the borrowing and lending against NFTs. They've got the pooled lending there, and they've been growing dramatically over the last few months since launch, and they've got version 2 coming out very soon as well. But you can see here total volume up 54%, 5.7 million ADA. Absolutely tremendous numbers growing there. So people are looking for liquidity from their NFTs. The problem with NFTs, when you buy them, sure, the value of them go up, but they only go up, or you realize that value when you sell the NFTs. And then after that, you don't have your asset anymore. So you will need to sell that and be in a liquid market to be able to access those NFTs. And most cases, people just don't sell them. They're holding onto them and watching the value go up, and other people are trading back and forth. So this Levvy and Fluid tokens, they let you gain access to those particular liquidity from those NFTs. So really good to see things like this grow, and more people and users use it as well. All right, so next one here is a little rumor. This is a rumor coming from BlockJock here. And hey, just heard through our COO, Matthew, that we have just gotten the money transmitter license for the state of California. Let's go. So the Mehen team, Levvy Finance, they are bringing the stablecoin USDM to Cardano, and they're doing it in a slightly different approach. Like most stablecoins will try and tackle a whole country or multiple different countries around the world. They're doing it from a perspective where they can do it on a state level. So they've worked with regulators on a state level to get these transmitter licenses to be able to launch the stablecoin in those particular states. So that's a really nice way of doing it. It means that some states won't be able to participate because of their rules, laws, regulations, banking licenses, and all those different things. You need one in each one of the 54 states in the United States. I'm not sure. I think it's around 50 something, but they need to have the licenses in all of those states to make it countrywide, nationwide. But instead, they're targeting specific states where you can actually mint the USDM stablecoin from using USD and using their novel technology, their reserves, and everything else around it. So really, really cool that they're kicking those goals and getting closer to a launch date. So some states won't be able to mint the USDM, but you can just cross the border and you'll be able to. So it's little things like that that are really interesting. Now, this is a really cool update, and this is between Xerberus and USDM, Mehen, and they formed this partnership to cement the integrity and the security of the protocol and everything around it. So I love this, absolutely love this, because Xerberus have been doing amazing audits and really, really detailed audits across various different things, everything from the Adana breakdown and what on earth happened there. Essentially, they gambled all the DeFi money away. But this type of transparency in a USD stablecoin, I really don't think is seen anywhere else in the crypto space. And this really gives users confidence in the protocol and confidence in the USDM Mehen protocol. So I love this partnership. They do break it down in their Medium post here. I'll just read out these key points. So robust monitoring of the USDM token flow, so that's in and out, minting and burning. A comprehensive framework to respond effectively to law enforcement inquiries and regulatory concerns. So that's what USDC is really good at. They can lock the smart contracts of the wallets that have the USDC. So if anything happens, they're money laundering, whatever, bang, they can lock down straight away. So this is a comprehensive compliance for that. And then enhanced security measures. Mehen will strengthen security infrastructure surrounding the USDM stablecoin. So really good to see this partnership, and I love the level of transparency there. Now, Xerberus have also been doing some other really cool things. Their latest report here was around Project Catalyst and was it manipulated or not? Many think that there are a lot of coordinated whale attacks in regards to it, and hence all the big projects got all of the funding and the small ones didn't. And there were a lot of downvoting, and that was the big thing about this particular Fund 10 Project Catalyst. Downvotes were like tremendous. They were huge. So this report breaks down all of that, and thanks to community members providing the data. So we had Lido Nation and Catalyst providing the data that allowed Xerberus to go through all this information and work out exactly where all the votes were going and what they were voting for. So I think it was a TL. No, there isn't. Okay. If there was a clear-cut manipulation attempt, we would expect to see certain proposals with an unusually high or low average proposal weight. So here we could see what they expected to see here in this red line if there was a coordinated voting in the ecosystem. So if all these whales got together and said, all right, let's vote for these proposals because we benefit from that, and downvote all these ones. So there'll be a really targeted amount of proposals, but there wasn't. It's very organic according to these lines and what their analysis said. So we observed a smooth gradient from highest to lowest weight, indicating a random distribution of voting sentiment and weight size. Good to see, good to see. The other thing that they broke down here was the voter preferences. So a lot of these large projects, Anastasia Labs, M Labs, Sunday, Block Frost Eternal, showcase pronounced overlapping preference between both whales and community sentiment. That's actually really good. So both whales and the community liked all these. So it wasn't just whales that were voting for this. DC Spark here, both endorsed by whales and the community for their NFT gaming proposal. That was one of the very highest voted proposals. And then we had newcomers, the Mehen and FlacFinance having a lot of community support. So those two projects, big in the community space, and I'm not surprised they got a lot of community support. This graph here is really cool. This is a plotted graph of all the votes within the ecosystem. So the red ones here, that's us, small plebs, and then the green ones are the whale wallets voting for the really large amounts. You can see here the IG Catalyst teams, bam, wow, they got massive votes up there. So wow, you see DC Sparks, they're there, M Labs around here, SIP68, Anastasia Labs proposals. So look, this is where all the whales were voting up here. This is where the community sentiment was lying down. And the really good one to see, actually, I have to point out, okay, I got to clear that up. The green ones were funded, the red ones were not funded. The really interesting one that I need to point out here is the Usam Ben Muhammad proposals. These were the 40 or so proposals that were pointed out by the community as being obviously scam projects, and they're just money grab ones. It's like make a deal partnership with a automotive company in Germany and integrate Cardano, something like that. I can't remember what it was exactly, but it was a really far off proposal that had absolutely no chance. But good to see that the whole community, like everyone just rallied against those ones and just went, no, they're not happening. So some positive out of that. But overall, there's more of a breakdown here. I'll let you read this one in your own time if you haven't yet. But they basically said the voting went probably where it should have went. And it didn't seem like there was a coordinated attack on the whole thing. They do have some suggestions here to try and make it better. Proposals with new teams versus established teams, so different ways of splitting the various categories. So here we see, where is it, new teams ideas on the right-hand side, old teams on the left-hand side, and this where all the votes were kind of lying, were going for at the moment in Fund 10. So everyone voted in that direction as opposed to new teams in the right-hand side here. So, having different challenges that focused on new ideas and new teams would help balance that out. So really good proposal suggestion there. We did talk about this in a live stream with Paul Farhid and Josh as well. And then proposals that fine-tune existing infrastructure versus those that introduce new innovative concepts. That balances everything out there too. So good to see. Read that report if you have time for it. Now this one here, this one was, this is the Genius Yield one that I was talking about. So the other projects were decentralizing their batcher network. Batcher networks require fees. But this here from Genius Yield, they've open sourced their smart order routing. And this is the smart order routing are arbitrage bots. They match limit orders together. So when you're using Genius Yield, you're not using an AMM, an automated market maker DEX, the whole EVM, the whole Ethereum DEX model. The Cardano side, we're using order book. So essentially you put in your order at a certain price, certain limit, and what their DEX will do is match those with different parties. So I might be selling something here and someone wants to buy something at the same price, and their SORs will match those orders together and execute them. Very similar to how MuesliSwap worked in the early days before they introduced their AMM pools as well. So the way that Genius Yield are doing that is means that there will be no batches. And no batches are a good thing, right? So here we go, emphasize no batches. So when you're trading on Genius Yield, you won't have that 2 ADA fee that a lot of the DEXs and protocols out there that have to charge for those batches to run those particular transactions. You'll be submitting your transaction directly to a Cardano node somewhere on the network, whether you're using a wallet or their infrastructure, for example, and then that will go directly onto the blockchain, and then their SORs do the matching and then to distribute the transactions afterwards once it's executed. So really simple, straightforward process, really, and having no batches is going to be a interesting and more, I think, a better approach for a lot of the ecosystem as it grows. But, we won't see batches disappear. Batches are working quite well at the moment within the ecosystem. But let me know what you think. Do we need batches? Do you want to keep batches? Are you a batcher? It's an interesting question to have at the moment, an interesting discussion to have at the moment. But yeah, they've released their code as all open source. So any project out there can have a look at their smart order router and work out if they could integrate that into their platforms and get it working. So maybe we'll see a little bit more of this integrated in the future. We also have their alpha testnet coming on the 9th. So in 5 or so days from now, we'll see the alpha testnet come online and select groups of people will be able to use it. If you're interested in becoming a testnet tester, alpha testnet tester, jump onto their Discord. You do need one of their OG NFTs. So if you delegate it in their ISBO, you would have received an NFT or claimed it at least. Verify that on their Discord server and you'll get into the alpha testing group where you'll get the details, the form, and everything else that you need to fill in to be able to start testing. So if you want to test it out, if you want to be ahead of the curve and learn how to use a brand new protocol, try out that Alpha Testnet group and you'll be able to have a play with the platform itself. I've gone through their CertiK audit. So this is a little bit early. So this is the audit from CertiK as it is at the moment. No critical, no major, and no medium findings, which is really, really good for a first audit. Just a couple of minor and informational discussion points, and only 5 of them. So that is a very, very clean audit. I've seen other audits that are a little bit messy when getting to this phase. So, you know, hats off to Iagon to getting to that point. I'm looking forward to using their protocol as well. I don't think I'll be a provider on their network. Depends on the economy. If it works out, then yeah, sure, I might. I just don't like leaving my computer on for extended periods of time because it's my work machine. I need this to work. So if anything happens, like the hard drive fails or something like that, I'm out of the work machine. So I need to have dedicated hardware for this, and that's a bit more of an investment. So it really depends on the economics around it to see if it's really worthwhile. So yeah, I'll see how that goes, but I will be building solutions for people to use Iagon and whatnot. So I'm looking forward to the launch. Can't wait. Very soon. Mainnet. Very, very soon. Now this one came out of nowhere. I don't know where I was or where this initial announcement or discussion about this was. Minswap have now got staking for their token. It's, you know, everyone else has staking. Genius Shield had staking. I don't think SundaySwap had, but most of the protocols that launch, they have some sort of staking program where you can just stake your Min tokens and earn Min tokens. In this case, you stake your Min tokens and earn ADA. Even better. Everyone wants ADA, and they know, like, if you're staking Min and you're earning Min, you're going to sell your Min tokens for ADA anyway. So that way you can exit out and get, USD or whatever if your fiat currency and pay bills. So skip that. Use the Min rewards to buy ADA and then provide those rewards in ADA. Kind of makes sense, doesn't it? But look at these numbers. I think I missed out on these really big ones here, but 9 months of staking Min and you get 20% APR. What on earth? Of course, this all depends on how much volume is in the staking pools for this. And I checked on the live website, 10% now. So, I missed out on that really big boost for a few days or of however long it was. But I'll gather together a little bit of Min tokens and I'll start staking in here. So that will reduce the overall supply that is out in the market and being sold. So it should, in theory, let me just get this thing up. So I don't think CoinMarketCap is up to date. They've been complaining about that. But in theory, if you have less circulating supply, you've got tokens all locked up here, the token price should start moving in an upward trend because there's less to buy. So let's have a look here on the charts. Show chart. Okay, it's been okay. There's a big dump here for whatever reason. I don't know if that's a data thing, but over the last week, it's over the last day, it's looking kind of positive. Let's go the last month. Yeah, okay. Probably, let me check when that staking announcement was done on the 3rd of October. I don't know if there was discussion before it, but if we go back here on the month, 3rd of October, which is only yesterday really. So there must have been some discussion about this, hence the price of it. It's been going up slowly. Little correction there. There might be more of a correction over the next few days. Let's go 6 month and zoom out even further, see how that has affected the price. Quite positive, actually. I'm quite impressed. Very good to see. All right, we might see a slight more recovery of that. We did see like these Min rewards. Every month or so, they would use all the liquidity from their treasury. I think it's from the treasury or the batcher fees. I can't remember now, to buy more Min tokens and put it back in the treasury. So the price would always bump up every month or so when they did that. So there was a bit of a dumping here, and the ADA and the whole crypto markets have been dropping dramatically anyway. But you do see these large upswings as well, and that's when they buy those tokens back. So good to see more buy pressure available within the Minswap ecosystem. So we'll see how that plans out over the next few months. MuesliSwap have put together a really cool really good standard for token verification. So at the moment, there is more of a centralized way of verifying a token within the ecosystem. So the Cardano Foundation have a GitHub repository, and if you create a particular token, you'll get a policy ID, and then you can submit a pull request. You verify who you are on the project, and little bits and pieces there. And then a lot of projects are using that GitHub repository, the data from it, as a centralized source of information for verified tokens. But what MuesliSwap team have done is an on-chain smart contract for decentralized token verification. So instead of using GitHub and that central entity and reviewers going through that, they've decentralized this entire process and did it all on-chain with the smart contracts. So now you can register as an entity and confirm trust towards those tokens. Or seamless front end, back end for user interface interaction. So this is it here. I think I can go full screen. Yeah, there we go. So this is what it kind of looks like here. So what's an entity? It's got all the details, user registration on chain, and then you can go through that and verify your token. So it's that's just the front end interface. Now, any project can really go through that, use their smart contracts and build their own front end interface on it as well. So the Cardano Foundation can build a front end interface, and we can all use the same smart contract. So nice way of doing it. Decentralizes the control, the trust mechanism behind it as well. So more people can participate and work to build a more verified Cardano ecosystem. Good stuff. Again, thank you everyone for joining the live stream. If you're just tuning in right now, please make sure you give me that thumbs up. They really help with the live streams. All right, next news item. Come on, there we go. Orcfax is released. Cool, awesome. They have a subsidized ADA USD feed, and it's just beginning of their Oracle journey. I did do an interview with Peter, so if you want to learn more about Orcfax, check out the interview playlist. I'll put a link down below for you guys so you can check that one out. But now we have more than one Oracle building on Cardano, or built and released on Cardano. So we have Charlie 3, now we have Orcfax as well. So more competition out there, more options for people to use and integrate in. If you are building, they do have the documentation here as well, so you can learn how to actually integrate this into your dApp that you're building. It's all done with Python or PyCardano. So if you're a really good Python developer, you can now build your smart contracts in Python and do all this off-chain stuff here in PyCardano and integrate in the Orcfax, which is all on-chain. So really good to see another one come up and start providing Oracle data for the Cardano blockchain. Awesome to see. Now, they've only got one of these price feeds at the moment, so I'm assuming they will provide a lot more in the future. It does cost money, but we'll see. We'll see more of these projects appear, and more price feeds appear, both from Charlie 3 and from Orcfax as well. Now, like I said a little bit earlier, a lot of projects are building in Aiken. DEX Hunter is building in Aiken. Everything's being audited there now at the moment. And the Aiken team have released 1.0.18 of Aiken. So it's still an alpha here. But, you know, the pace of development, again, for this is really good. The amount of adoption for it is really amazing too. Let me just see how many people are following this on GitHub. That's really an indicator of how big the project is getting. So let's go to Aiken here. Wow, 2,000 commits, well over 2,000 commits. Working hard, boys. 302 stars at the moment, 14 watching, 62 forks. So, people are forking the project. Maybe they're contributing back in. So lots of potential contributors, 23 contributors, great. And I know the Cardano Foundation is working clearly a lot on this as well. So really good to see this project grow and more people adopt Aiken. So if you haven't checked it out, if you are interested in building, developing on Cardano, Aiken is one of the languages that people are using instead of straight up Plutus and Plutarch. So you can find that about more information about it at aiken-lang.org. Now, I mentioned DC Spark and their gaming stuff a little bit earlier in Project Catalyst, but Paima Studios is what they're building for the Milkometer ecosystem. And I saw a interview with, or a video from Sebastian, and he was talking about how many projects and how many gaming studios they've been talking to from around the world. And we're seeing more and more of these games now launch and come to a launching phase. So the team have built all these really cool tools and SDKs for developers to build upon, and we're seeing more of these games starting to appear. This one here, I love the old school 8-bit graphics, the Game Boy style kind of things, or old like a SNES, the Super Nintendo kind of thing. So I can't wait to actually play this one. They've got a little demo video here of how it actually looks. So very Pokemon-ish. If you ever played that on the Game Boy. So it's that reliving that kind of era of gaming. So interesting to see. Yeah, it's very much a Pokemon clone. So you can see there, you can choose what to attack, and you're using those two animals to attack and fight each other. So really good to see these type of games come into the Paima Studios ecosystem and launch on Milkometer. So can't wait to see more of that. Talking about gaming, isn't this amazing? Cornucopias at NFTxLV. I didn't get to go. I've blocked everyone that went so I can stop seeing all their posts. Not salty at all. No. But look at that. I haven't had a chance to look into this and have a play of anything yet. I haven't seen the environment, haven't seen anything on Unreal 5 or this game at all. So, if I was there, I'll be playing. Unfortunately, I wasn't. I wouldn't. So, but the graphics are stunning. The gameplay, it looks fluid. It's not like a blocky racing game or anything like that. This is like a good immersive experience. I wish I could hear the sound and everything as well. But, if you had headphones, you'd be able to experience that. So sound is also another really big aspect of gaming. So, I'll get it. I will get into this. I will get into more of the gaming side of things. And I absolutely love the graphics on this. So soon, guys. If you're a Cornucopias fan and you're watching on the live stream, give me a thumbs up, please. Leave a comment in the live stream too. All right, a few more news updates, and we'll probably hit the hour as well. So this one here is from Veritree, and this was at the Cardano Summit in 2001, I think it was, and they finally planted 1 million trees. Isn't that crazy? How long does it take to plant 1 million trees? 2 years. There you go. That's the answer. So they've celebrated and the planting and the verification of 1 million trees. So Veritree, thank you so much for planting that Cardano forest and making that all happen. Now, I haven't checked out this verification part yet, but you can verify and go through and see all these trees on chain as well. So I haven't gone through and looked deeply into that to see how it all works. There's the forest there in Kenya. Whoops, there we go. Wow, that's actually a really big landmass. Well, I guess it's 1 million trees. It does take up space. But really good to see that this has come into fruition and is now, Cardano forest is now being planted. So we'll see those trees grow over time. We'll see persistence of the trees in the plantation, and hopefully see more data come out from this so we can continuously watch the Cardano forest grow. Yeah, because it will be small trees like this, like mangroves or whatever it is. So we've got to see those trees grow, and hopefully no bushfires or anything come and destroy them, or logging companies come through and just rip it all up. So that's what we're going to watch for now. Very good to see. Congratulations, Veritree Cardano Foundation, for getting to that milestone. 1 million trees. Thank you very much. Now this one here, this is a little bit of a jab at TeddySwap. Now we know that TeddySwap team do copy a little bit of code, a little bit of everything in the ecosystem. That's fine. Ethereum space, EVM space, everything is essentially copied from Uniswap, and that's fine as well. It's brings not so much more innovation, but attracts more users to the ecosystem, and you see a lot more chains develop, more projects develop, etc., etc. And when projects get to the point where they can just copy and paste existing code, then we know we've caught up to how the EVM space is. So all this stuff has already been written on Ethereum. Anyone on any compatible EVM chain can just pick up Uniswap and just start launching their protocols on anywhere else. So that's why Binance Smart Chain got so big as it is, because you just pick up everything on the Ethereum side of things and launch on Binance Smart Chain, for example. That's just one example. But this little thing here. So the liquidity bootstrapping event was something that was pioneered by the Minswap team. And this post was put out, and copying is fine, but you got to make sure you change this stuff over. So here, this should have said like a 50% in ADA and 50% in Teddy. Instead, they've left the original copy here for Min. Okay, sure, they've copied the text, and they haven't changed or updated. So I verified this. This is on the teddyswap.io/LBE webpage. They still have the text there as Min. I know this is still in testnet, and they're just working through it and all that, but you got to correct that. You got to correct that and change that up. And where is this? Is this going to the correct text? No, it's not. Okay. So none of this is linking through. This is all just placeholder stuff. Copy that. Change the text, guys. Change the text. Anyway, let's go into the next news story here. Spectrum Finance. This is boosted LBSP rewards for one of their main pools, the ADA SPF pool. So Spectrum Finance launched about maybe 2 months ago. I do have an interview lined up with them to talk about the Spectrum Bloom and their decentralized Spectrum Relayers or batches. And here we can see here, this is the boosted LBSP. And you can see, can we actually see the rewards here? Let me just get back here. Whoops, it was in the hover text. So there we go. So this liquidity pool generates SPF rewards, 0.03 SPF per 1 ADA per epoch. So extra boosted SPF, those Spectrum Finance tokens for being a part of that particular liquidity pool. So really good to see. And I will be participating a little bit more in Spectrum Finance and doing video tutorials and everything else around it as well. So keep an eye out for those. OptionFlow. Oh my God. Now I only have a few more here. Okay. So Option Finance have launched their testnet. So if you want to learn how to use options, put orders and calls onto Cardano and trade in options, which, I'm still getting my head around regular DeFi trades and putting shorts and longs in and working with stop losses and all that in the DeFi space. Then suddenly I'm thrown into learning about options trading. I've got a lot to catch up on, I think. But the testnet is available now. You can play around with the testnet and learn how all this works. When all these protocols are in the testnet phase, it's a really good time to get in there and start playing around with it. You can connect to your NAMI wallet. NAMI wallet is really easy to start, set up and get working on testnet. Get yourself some testnet tokens from the faucet. I'll put a link down below for you guys as well, and then start playing around with this so you can learn how to potentially get this all up and running and put a call into the platform itself and understand and see how it all works. So really good to see more of these protocols in testnet mode and launching on Cardano. Now, I think I already mentioned this one here with the testnet, alpha testnet, but yeah, check that one out as well. Get into the Genius Yield Discord server, verify your wallet, and then you'll be able to get into the alpha channel, put in a form submission, and you'll be able to hopefully get into the alpha testnet on the 9th of October. And I think that's it. I think that's it, guys. I've gone to the end, and I've just got this ridiculous thing from Britney Spears. Oh, no. Clicked the wrong button. Let me go back. There we go. Don't know if you guys have seen this, but Britney put out this weird dance that she was doing with knives, and it works perfectly with, what's his name? I've forgotten his name. That's right. We've got some horror music here that they dance to as well. It's hilarious. I love this stuff. I spend way too much time on the internet, I think. I better stop that. This music might be copyrighted. Anyway, the internet, you kill me. All right, let's check the live stream chat and see if there's anything else I need to catch up here. Let me get rid of that. I'll pull up something else a little bit more interesting here. So the live stream is over. All my news stories are done for this week. Lots in the DeFi space. Michael Myers, thank you. Now there's a little thing here I'll show you. While you know, you can chat amongst yourselves here. This is when we can actually talk and you know, talk about anything in the Cardano crypto space. But I'm putting together all these courses. I've just gone gun-ho on different strategy to try and grow my reach, my channel, and everything else around it. I'll still do this weekly news update for everyone, but I'll be doing a lot more what's called evergreen content. So if you're in the marketing space, if you've got your own website, you would understand a concept and term of evergreen content. And this is content that is always relevant. So how to stake ADA? What is a DEX on Cardano? So those type of questions that people always ask when they're entering in the Cardano and the crypto space. And I'll be doing a huge amount more focus on those type of things. So hence, I've got all of these starter guides and user guides for everything around Cardano DeFi. So I've already started with the Minswap course, and you can go through here and go through the course. I've done a lot of content on this one already, and learn how to use Minswap. Now, I didn't go too deep into it because I know the team are working on a new version of this. Of Minswap, that is. So I didn't want to do every last single screenshot and every last single video when I know everything's going to change. And I'm holding out because they're taking forever to launch their version 2 of their Minswap DEX. So maybe I will have to put together all of these video tutorials and the last little bits that I'm just holding back on because of that. But yeah, I'll get to that soon. But the really cool thing about this is that you'll be able to go through the course. If you didn't realize, so you see down here, you'll be able to earn some points. And in this case, you'll be earning Min tokens for doing the Minswap course, and also earning some just a meme coin token here called LRN. And that just gives you access to other things in the ecosystem. So you can go through this course. You can do the what do you call it? There's a quiz here. There's a couple of quizzes. I will add in more quizzes once everything's confirmed. But you can go through and do the quiz. Where to go? Yep, that's a quiz there. So this one's a quiz on understanding impermanent loss. You can start the quiz, and based on your responses here, if you pass it, you earn points. Those points are then redeemed for actual Min tokens or whatever I'm working with. Now, the only people that can actually earn these points and tokens are people that have a Wapuus, a Cardano Press Wapuus. So it's a reward for those people that have it. You'll be able to connect your wallet onto the website. It will detect if you have a Wapuus. If you have a Wapuus, then you'll be able to earn those points. That's it. The courses are always free. You'll always be able to get to it and access all that information. But you will need a Wapuus if you want to earn those actual points itself. You also have to verify your Discord, verify your Twitter, and other couple of things as well. But it's a mini KYC process. But I've got some information, course information about Lace. You can go through there. I think, staking ADA, and I dive into a little bit around that multi-staple delegation. And it's just a step-by-step video. about it, and then it breaks down the steps that you can do to actually go through and complete that. So lots of little things in there in the course. More of that's coming out. I'm trying to launch as much as possible, as quickly as possible, so that you guys can get into that and learn a little bit more about DeFi. I put a survey on my YouTube post in the community, and a lot of people are still using Daedalus and Yoroi. And if they're using Daedalus and Yoroi, that means they're not participating in NFTs or DeFi, because not many platforms support Yoroi, and Daedalus is a full node wallet. It's not a light wallet. It's not a DApp enabled wallet. There's no SIP30 enable ability for it. So that means no DeFi, no extra gains, no extra rewards, none of this that I've just talked about for the last hour. So yeah. Ben, you got a question there. Ben Paulson, can you still mint Wapuus? Yes, you can. Yes, you can. Minting is at Saturn NFT. So Saturn NFT.io/mint. There's 10,000 of them. There it is here. A little bit slow. The mint hasn't been that fast. If I'm lucky, I'm minting 2 a day. So there's plenty left to mint. I do giveaways as well. So if you follow the Cardano Press account, you might be able to get a giveaway. Let me go there. Now, I don't have many followers on the Cardano Press account, and the giveaways aren't really competitive. Let me just get to the last giveaway. I post way too much. So only 42 or so, 41 users have, actually, it's only 16 because you have to comment. So only 16 people have commented to potentially win a Wapuus. So your chances are good. So I don't know how many people are watching this live stream at the moment, but if you just jump in there and do a comment, like, and repost, you have a chance of winning a Wapuus. And then just getting into the courses when we're start to do those rewards, learn to earn rewards. So there'll be more of these. I will be airdropping Wapuus and distributing them from all different ways as well. So keep an eye out for that. I had a comment that 163 ADA is really high and really expensive. Most projects are minting around that price at the moment. It's about equivalent to $40 US. If you look at this one here, if it will load, 160 ADA, and a couple that are minted a little bit earlier today, the Apprentices NFT, that was 190 ADA. So it's around that sweet spot at the moment. And some projects are minting really fast at that. Some projects are minting slow. I'm on the slower side. So it will just take time. So if you're interested in that, there's a lot more utility around the Wapuus as well. If you're a project, you will need a Wapuus to get an interview now. So you need to get the Wapuus to unlock those rewards. Another comment. FlacFinance V3 Testnet app coming in October 16th. Really? I missed that one. How did I miss that? I love what the guys are doing there. Typhon, it's not my number 1 wallet. It's my number 2 wallet. Nami is my number 1 wallet, followed by Typhon. I like Nami because it's really, really light and there's nothing else with it. It's like, here's a wallet, here's your balance, that's it. And that's all I want. Interact and go straight away. Whereas Typhon, really fast as well, but it does all these other things that I don't always need. So really, really good wallet. It's my second wallet that I jump onto. So I'm just trying to find that announcement, dev update. Now, I can't see that testnet. Oh, okay, do look forward to V3 soon. Oh, that was back in April. That's really old. Network with Entrepreneurs Show. I would love to know where you got that information around the dev update. Dev update is the same announcement. Gotcha. Okay, cool. Thanks. This one must be this one here. Was it a date? August? Let's have a look. Could be this one. Ah, yes. V3 Testnet program. Thank you for that. Zoom in so everyone can see that. There we go. Yes, awesome. Really good to see. Now, I wonder what they're building their platform in. I got no idea. But yes, I do have my Milo NFT, so I can participate. What are they going for at the moment? I've got a whole bunch of these Milo NFTs. These are meerkats. Meerkats are great, aren't they? But yeah, I will be using the Wapuus as well to unlock certain channels in the Discord and testing of all these different things that I'm launching as well. I've got governance coming into play. So many things you do with these NFTs. I love it. So the Milos are going for 118 ADA at the moment. So not too bad. Not too bad at all. How many? 5,000 of these NFTs. I can't remember which ones I've got. Don't know where I put them either. I tend to lose these things. Brilliant. Thank you for that particular update. I'm looking forward to seeing that one go live next week, the week after. They plan to go mainnet right after the V3 testnet completion. Wow, that's amazing. I believe also it's all mobile focused, isn't it? Yeah, funnel mobile app version. So everything's on the mobile app. So really good to see that particular announcement come through from FlacFinance. So I will be covering that later in the month then, as soon as they have that testnet available. We can start playing around with it. Brilliant, brilliant, brilliant. All right, we're coming up to the hour. An hour is a good amount of time, and there aren't too many more comments in the chat here. But thank you so much for everyone that's joined in on the live chat, the live stream. Absolutely love you guys coming in here. Love the support, and thank you for being subscribers and channel members as well. We've got channel members on the live chat too, so absolutely brilliant to have you all here. If there's anything that you want me to cover or anything, leave a comment down below. I'd love to hear your opinions and comments around different protocols that you think need covering as well, such as FlacFinance. You know, they're a really good team. They build so much in Cardano, and you know, not many people cover them. So I'd love to cover all these small projects and see what they're building in the ecosystem. But that's it for me for another episode. Hang on, just got a comment. When's the next boxing knockout? I do have some videos from my last fight. I will put them up really soon so you can see. I got dominated, absolutely dominated. The guy's about 30 or 40 centimeters taller than me. He's got a whole glove reach more than I did, but I held my ground. I blocked every single punch he threw at me. I just had to take those punches to get in close. I have to say it hurt, but you know, it was a good fight. I wouldn't say I won that one, but it was a really good fight overall. Anyway, guys, I'll end the live stream there. Again, thank you so much for joining me on this live stream, and I'll see you in the next one. Make sure you keep an eye out for these videos I'm